I did it. That doesn't mean watch me. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on, because I never do it. I sometimes, I gotta amend it. How are y'all doing? Give me 1 second because I have to do the odd things that I'm gonna do, which apparently is belt. Wow. All right, got that going. I'm so sorry. I just ate a bunch of food, so like that's a thing. I'm like that's a thing. I ate a lot of food. I scarfed down some food because my job really makes it a bit difficult. So hold on 1 second. How do I sound? Do I sound like a human and do I look like a human being? Um, with the exception of my red ass eyes, like which I meant to squirch and I forgot. Uh, Oop, I pushed some button. I don't know what that is. Oh, God. I do this all the time on my laptop. All right. I think I did everything the right way. I don't want y'all to have to sit here too long whilst I figure things out because, like, listen, this is, ugh. All right. Uh, all right. Now we're good. Now we're good. Now we are cooking with grease. Hi, Heather. Hi, Natalie. How are y'all? Wait, did you do something different with your username, Natalie? Okay. Hi, this girl. Yeah, hi. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Jen K. Wow. Okay, everybody just like popped in here. You will pass for human. They will never guess. You know what, Catherine? I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate it. Sir, oh my gosh, tell Thorin hi. Did you tell Thorin that I was like, I want to be Thorin when I grow up in my last video? Because I did. Hi, Lydia. Oh, you are also, that I know that it's disgusting here. It was the humidity was like 50 something percent, which is why I look gorgeous, actually gorgeous. I'm wearing the Danessa Myrix, by the way, the Danessa Myrix, whatever bomb, yummy skin, bombing powder, pap. I don't, I can't ever remember. I'm sorry. I like my memory is trash, but this is after wearing it all day, all day. Also, before I even get started, huge shout out to the patrons and the channel members without whom I would not have this glorious light. Hold on. We're going to do this so that you don't see like all the mess. But they made this happen. So big ups to the patrons and the channel members without whom I would not have been able to get that and make this work because I had two tiny lights that were really just affecting my eyes. So, all right. Before I get started, I really should have scorched my eyes, and I'm very sorry, but I'm going to have to go do that right quick. So I will be right back. I'm just going to go grab the squirch and come back in. Okay, because this humidity was messy. Okay, I'm very sorry. The humidity was exceedingly messy, and it has like dried out my eyeballs to just a disastrous point at this juncture. Because I don't want to say point. Hi from Wyoming. How are you, Miranda? Wyoming. It seems like it would be nice and cool there. Yeah, the 52% humidity is a bit of an actual nightmare. So I'm going to go ahead and get this party started because I know that how much people hate it in a live stream when you take too long to get to the point. Uh, so I saw on the Twitters, on the Bird app, as people like to say, yet a thread about Michaela Noguera. I'm not positive that I'm saying her last name properly. Talking about how she just looks so different. And it's another in a long, long line um, of just vitriol sprayed at this poor woman. Now, whether you like her or not is neither here nor there, right? But watching this reminds me incredibly of how people behave towards James Charles. Now, this is prior to us knowing that he is allegedly a predator, allegedly. And this is prior to us knowing that. And it reminds me of that. Like, first of all, I am 42. Okay. 4 + 2 is 6. And what is 2 into 6? 3. And what is 3? A prime number. And who am I? Prime. So at my age, that was a weird math problem. I'm probably going to keep doing this random math problem because it's just like in my head. I'm excited to see you, Thorn. But I think what's really just wild about this is that, like, I was never either one of their demographics, right? I wasn't James's demographic when he was popular and people liked him, and we did not know that he is allegedly a predator. Allegedly. And this same mentality was going, this intense attack because he was at the top. And did he sound like he was gargling marbles when he spoke? Yes. Did he speak incredibly fast for what felt like no reason? Yes. Does Michaela potentially fake her accent? Who cares? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know her. But the thing that's wild about both of these people is that, like, we just won't let people be at the top in this community. It's like this community refuses. And I was talking to Emily about this. I, as well as to another friend who I don't know if they want to be mentioned, so I'm not going to say anything, but I literally don't understand how we have a beauty community that has just absolutely refused to learn, period. Just refused to learn, refused to see like what we have learned from history. The whole weird, like, if you don't like that she uses filters, then don't watch her. But again, if you are like my age and you're genuinely upset that she, like, you need to get a hobby. And I don't mean that to be rude. I don't mean to, but if you are my age and you are upset about Michaela using filters, please get a hobby. Please go find something to do. If you're my age, she is half our age. She's half our age. Please go find something to do. You know how a filter works. Stop it. So it just, I don't feel like at this juncture she has done a lot wrong. Like, I at this juncture, she literally just rose to fame, and it's just hatred. It's just like vitriol sprayed at her. And I feel like the community as a whole, because I see what you're saying, that's not the beauty community, that is beauty shop gossip time community. Yes, but here's the problem is it starts to filter down. It begins to filter down into our nice little small community. Because I'm going to tell you something that I very rarely say out loud. Probably I don't think I've ever said it. If I were to ever like get big or like be able to sustain myself on YouTube, I don't want to do it here. And like, I don't want it to be in the beauty community for no reason other than this, other than watching like this girl is just trying to live her life. she's she's got like she's just, yes, Mel. She's just trying to live her life. If you don't like, she might be too salesy for you. Don't watch her. It's totally fine. You do not have to watch her content. If she is too salesy for you, don't watch her content. If you feel like she's using filters all the time, stop watching her. It's like I can't, my mouth won't even fix my lips to be able to say what I want to say, because if we have not learned anything from our past mistakes, it is that this constant and consistent dog pile of attacking a creator, especially and specifically someone viewed as female or a femme, this is getting out of hand. Like, could you imagine what it would be like to, if I am not mistaken, that interview that everybody's talking about where they're like, oh my God, and not she doesn't look like the same person. I believe the person who had that interview up took it down because of how nasty people were. So mean. Hey, Sherry. So mean, so nasty. She tried to do a giveaway, or she did a giveaway. And I believe I talked about this in a previous Snarky Beauty News. And I may have thought I did, but I didn't upload it. And that happens. But like, couldn't even win there because people were assholes about that. They were like, look at all that product she has. Oh, so angry, so mad. Then listen, character and creating a persona can be part of many people's like YouTube journey or whatever, right? Um, it may be something like if I were interviewing her, I would just probably ask her like, do you do that because it separates like real you from like social media you? Because I totally understand why you would do that, right? Because like for instance, work me and YouTube me, two completely like basically work me. I am an automaton. I am a robot. I go in there, I do my work, and I try not to really chat with anybody, like do anything. I used to be more chatty, but like my job has become drama. So like I just go in, just try to get my work done, and then I just try to get out. All right. Because I don't really want to deal with the whole like all the bullshit, right? So but then when I leave work, poor Emily and Teresa and Millie, some of my dear friends, Jen as well, have to hear like this weird stream of consciousness that comes from me because like I have been being a robot all day. So I would think that like that would be they yes. So they also bullied her out of the brand trip. And yes, while I understand all the things that are going on with me, um, the way that people bully her, this is not the same. Wanting to point out the potential dangers of somebody using filters and maybe not saying they are, which I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not going to put that out there that she does or doesn't. I'm just saying people consistently get mad about her using filters as if all of their faves aren't using them as well. So weird. So weird. Don't act like your faves aren't using filters, but like y'all eat her up all day, every day. Like, come on. Um, so I just feel like I'm watching this and I'm just like, this is if people when people ask, is the beauty community dead or dying? I'm like, I don't know. Like I try to be polite about it and I try to be like very PC. And what I think is actually happening is a lot of people just realize that there are way too many vitriolic, negative people who are so insistent on like just constantly dragging creators down. And it doesn't matter what size you are because it's even starting to filter down to the smaller beauty community where people are mad that people in the smaller community are getting PR. And it's like, to be a creator, a beauty creator, you have to have another job because nobody wants you doing this as your full-time job. Otherwise, you're nothing better than a shill. You're just trying to sell people stuff. Stop, having sponsorships because I'm going to skip right past them because gross. Please stop having affiliate codes, affiliate links, because obviously that makes you a liar and I cannot listen to you. So it's just, you can't be here. Like if I were going to come up and like, if I were going to offer advice to someone who was like, should I enter the beauty community? I would say no. Because here's the fun fact. Even if you are doing something different, for the people who are like, yeah, I want to see something different, not enough people go to see that different person. Because the same old just keeps happening. Monthly favorites. Yay. I don't do them. I'm not going to make fun of people who do, but I don't do them. You know why? I find it boring. Number one, for me personally. It's not that I don't watch people's monthly favorite. Me personally, to do it, I find it boring for me. I also find it financially ridiculous for me. Even having the money, I find it financially ridiculous. I also, for me, I'm going to keep saying for me so that people don't feel like I'm calling anybody out. I also, for me, feel like it is a bit of a falsehood for me to be doing that. Because if I were to say that I want to get 10 products, right? I'm like, I'm going to get 10 products a month so that I can do my monthly favorites and fails. What that means is that on top of my regular job, which I do work, my day job, which most days I work anywhere from 10 to 12 hours. Today and yesterday were like, they were like little boons. All right. I got off a smidgen earlier than usual. Right. So I do that. And then I also do this. So that puts me at roughly 25 days to attempt to use all 10 of these products and then come to you with a review, which I wouldn't feel comfortable doing. I don't want to review this product that I maybe got to use 4 times. I really want to kind of take it out for a few spins. I want to see how it actually works. So I find that boring, not exciting for me to do all the time. I also really like playing with my makeup, and I have lots of makeup, as many of us do. But I want to play with it. I don't want to just do reviews and then just be like, done. Like, done. Yeah, like I don't even like him, and I just feel like let's like not. Can we just leave him elsewhere? Yeah, I mean, we're see, and I don't know if you were there last night. Was it last night? I think it was last night. But like, the things are about to happen, babes. Maisha, we're gonna do some things. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, because like here's the thing. I think even if we want to do old school, which I'm not picking on you, I promise. Even if we want to take it back to old school would mean that you no ring lights, right? You'd basically be sitting on your bedroom floor using natural light, maybe filming on your camera phone, and we become accustomed to a certain level of quality. Them's the facts. Stephen, let's give Stephen a round of applause. Trying to be a review channel is absolutely unsustainable for like 99.99% of people, period. That is the other thing. So I feel like we're watching this cycle happen. And as Emily was and I were talking, Emily brought up a very important point, which is like this cycle has been going on, but it's happening faster because of social media. Now, I would say if you wanted to create a beauty channel, and I've said this before, don't try to just do review. It will break your bank and fast. Because if you think about, especially now, how many products we have coming out just weekly and trying to review all of this stuff, and then you have products that you don't even like, and that you didn't even really want to buy, but you bought it for your channel, the bank is broken. And I'm telling you, the graveyard of dead beauty channels is immense. It is massive. And Sherry brought up, honestly, if you watch someone enough, you're gonna see their favorites as they use it repeatedly. Don't need a whole video for that. Yeah, I mean, it's also, so for those of you that don't know, I'm working on having like almost all of my codes, and I'm trying to reach out to brands whenever I have time. But I'm either like filming, editing. I should be editing right now, but I'm either filming, editing, or at work. So I just really haven't been able to reach out to more brands. But I just want them to be unaffiliated codes. Mostly tax reasons. I mean, and if I can help you all get 10% off of shit, like hell yeah. But tax reasons, absolutely. I do not, I don't want to owe the government money. I don't want to owe the government money. It's actually hard to keep up with all of that. And I don't want to keep up with all of that. It's a lot. If I had like 7 affiliate links, or excuse me, 7 affiliate codes with 7 different brands, that's a lot for me to keep up with. Come tax time, it's going to be a nightmare. I could end up owing a lot of money. I don't want to. So I just want like to save y'all money. And then that's that, right? So, Janet, I don't follow her either. I'm sure she's a perfectly lovely person. And I don't follow her not because like she's not cool or what. I don't follow her because I'm a 42-year-old person. I'm not their demographic. I'm just not. Like her whole thing is not going to be, it's not my thing. I attempted to watch one time and I was like, I am too old for this, or it doesn't like fit what I like. So I just feel like we're seeing this go around again. Like, when do we stop building people up to tear them down? Bless you, baby bear. I think so. Who do you think is really at fault here? Creators who put every little thing of their lives, or people who are obsessed with these creators? Genuine question. It's both. So, as a subscriber, it is definitely my fault, because number one, I engage in this activity with people, right? Like, I engage in talking smack about somebody or picking them apart, helping to find any little thing that it's just minute things, minutia, and letting those things build up. It's also my fault in that, like, if I do have a valid criticism of a creator, um, I know people can be like really shitty and be like, "Oh, you're a hater," like Emily was saying, but like, "Oh, you're a hater." Um, but I can still stand in my criticism. And I can also sometimes think, well, maybe I didn't word it properly this time. And I would say, I'm not trying to shit on this person. For instance, in the Michaela alleged filters situation, is I would be like, I'm not trying to shit on them. I'm just trying to say that I don't care if a person wants to use filters. I would just like it if they would make it known. And then that way people can't really continue. And if they do keep fighting with you on the internet or wherever it is, you just mute it, right? You're like, I'm done arguing with you. I've said what I needed to say. Because instead what happens is that builds up, right? And we see it every single time a creator, screws up. It builds up, like that little thing that was gnawing at you, and then like it builds up, and then you just explode all over everybody when it's time, right? Um, and a lot of creators are way, and that's up to them, right? Everybody can choose how they want to be, but a lot of creators are way too open about their lives. I do think that creators, as a general rule, need to like pull back a little bit. Don't share so much of everything, because I do think that allows people to think that they have the right to talk about you in that way. The parasocial relationship is both beneficial and dangerous, right? Like, if you have a parasocial relationship with me, it's beneficial to me. It helps my channel grow. And for those of you who are part of like the Patreon and channel members and all that, like, we chill and hang out in our live streams, all that good shit, right? And we have a good time. And so like that's also beneficial to me in another way, in that I have like a community that I can go to and hang out with, and like that in that community I can really just let it all out, because it's not for the whole internet, right? It's for this like small pocket of people, and we talk about all the kinds of things that go on in life. And we have a few things coming up on the horizon after August, fingers crossed. But it is my fault as a creator for being way too open and way too out there, right? I think that, one, subscribers got way too used to the call out culture, and that's what I'm going to call it now. They got too used to the call out culture. Back in the olden days of, drama channels and all of that, there was a call out culture where you could just call somebody out for something and then everybody would talk about it. But I think we have a few things that have changed. There's a vacuum, right? Because we don't really have drama channels anymore for the beauty community, or at least they're not what they used to be. So there's like this little vacuum where you used to like have like a bit of a call out, and then that person would respond back, and then we could all kind of get a consensus of the situation. And now we don't really have that. So the call out culture allowed people to feel like it was their right to call people out, which it is. But now we're calling out people for like minute things, bothering with them for like itty bitty things. And it's to the point where I don't see this happen in other communities. For instance, when I look at the commentary community, the way that people cheer one another on. Now, everybody's not all friends, right? Just like people in the beauty community aren't all friends. Believe that. And so, but I do see a difference in how, like, I watch Feek the Signifier quite a bit, right? And I get to watch him regularly and consistently on his community tab, shout people out and do all of this stuff, which is something I used to do a little bit more of. I don't do as much now because I honestly don't have the time, right? But he'll shout out people, he'll share videos of other creators, does like collaborations and things like that with other creators, right? You won't catch a lot of beauty creators doing any collaborations now. The absolute heart-wrenching, like stone cold fear that slides into like, listen, I hold on my fear in my booty hole. So I don't know where you hold your fear, but that's where mine is. It's like, so I get a fear response there in the booty hole. That is where it is. So the absolute like fear like that people have of absolute like accidentally wandering into a situation. And it's wild because in the community here, we absolutely decide that you are who you hang out with, right? Like there is no gray area. There is no like, hey, maybe I don't actually know that person. Maybe that's a situation. Maybe I know them as much of themselves as they show on YouTube, but maybe I don't like actually know them, right? Whereas like if you look at the creep show art situation, this is like, listen, I don't think in linear thoughts, so I'm sorry, deal with it. But um the weird thing, oh, thank you. But the weird thing about that is that I feel like when you're watching the way that people treat one another in these other communities, they actually don't do that. So the creep show art situation, Brain came back. All of these other creators had in one way or another endorsed her, endorsed Shannon, worked with Shannon, talked to Shannon, were in group chats with Shannon, right? But in all of the drama surrounding the situation, which that to this day is kind of one of the wildest things I have ever seen in real life, honestly, like, which is wild, like in my real life, not like a documentary, but like in real life. So people were not after Ready to Glare being like, you must be like her because you hung out with her. Do you see what I'm saying? Is that like, did I make a line that makes sense? Because like my brain does weird little things, right? But I'm hoping my little like wild ride brain is helping with anybody else who's neurodivergent, who's like wild ride brain can go along with mine. And now we're scissoring, happy pride. So I feel like when you watch that and you see this often in these other communities where somebody is maybe a POS, right? We don't automatically assume that anyone who knew or associated with them is them, right? But in our community, we do. And it's obvious that it's misogyny. So, yeah, yeah, I did see that. I did see that. If it's the one I think it's about, that just happened on Twitter like yesterday, but I actually don't know what day it is. Is it Thursday? We're going to say it's Thursday. So, um, yes. Yes, I have. Manny MUA still is, I guess, well, I guess they follow each other. I'm not positive, but no hate, Manny. I don't know you and I don't care. I'm just saying I've seen Manny be getting hate for this situation. So when you look at this, when you keep watching and listen, I love mess. I adore mess. If I'm not in the mess, I live for the mess. There's a channel called The Right Opinion, and I will listen to it because just long breakdowns of like mess, and I am here for it. All right, I enjoy it so much, right? But the one thing that I started noticing consistently in all of my mess listening, because I can listen to literally hours of content while I'm at work. So, in all of this mess that I listen to from different community to different community to different community, one of the things that I notice most is that very rarely did the fallout extend to the friends of. The only time that that fallout extended to the friends of is if the friends of were somehow, some way involved in it or turned a blind eye to the situation. But otherwise, it wasn't like just because they knew each other and associated with each other, it did not mean that they were the same person. And here, it's just it does, especially though, and it depends on, I don't want to get in trouble for this. A lot of that happens in the debate bro community. Don't come for me. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. Let me live my life. But I also noticed that people will like vehemently disagree, right? Oh my God, did I just use that big word? Okay, listen, I need some cheese. So, but I feel like, I'm going to put this up in case anybody needs that. So I do see it. I'm not saying I don't see it at all. I am saying it does not happen with the veracity that it happens in our community. It just doesn't go that way. And while people, and obviously a lot of these communities are overwhelmingly male in a lot of different ways, so that also has a lot to do with it. But yeah, guilt by association is just ridiculous to me, right? To assume that, like, also take into consideration, right? I do YouTube. So there's a lot of people that I have met just virtually, right? I've never actually met a lot of people in person. I'm actually really terrified of like any kind of meet and greet, and I will not show up. I'm like, I will not show up. But I haven't met any of these people in like actual person, right? So let's say I'm friends with, or like I have been actually in real life. I have been friends with creators via virtual whatever. And then I find out like, oh, I didn't I didn't know that you're racist. So then instead of me, continuing to talk to this person or whatever, I just stopped talking to them, right? Uh, and I move on with my life because I've never met them. But Janet, the fitness community is wild, and that's a whole that is a whole other rabbit hole, and that is an outlier. I will definitely say that because the fitness community is a wild, wild, wild monster that lives under your bed that has like clowns, balloons, cars, strings. It's wild over there. But I do feel like when I'm watching this, I wish that people would realize that we're repeating the same cycles, the cycles of building people up and tearing them down. Like, I don't know Angelica Nyquist. We're not friends. We don't chat. But I can already see it happening to her, right? She hits 100K and then it just starts off. It won't, like, it's already starting. Right. So don't let her get any more successful because it's just going to get worse. That's why I said I do not want to get big in beauty. I don't need all that. Right. I have enough problems as it is. I struggle every day, like, to want. It was fine before I started working again. It is, yeah, it is happening to her. What did she do? And here's the thing that kills me is she's the same way she's been. If you find her too sarcastic, she was sarcastic then. She was sarcastic at 46K. She didn't magically get unsarcastic. This didn't just happen. She's been this person. And at the middle of the day, because I'm not finished, at the middle of the day, what kills me is when people say they want something different or they want something new, and people suggest that new different thing to them, they still don't go watch it. we're still making the same beauty community over and over and over. And if we keep going in this direction, right, there won't be a beauty community. Not on YouTube as it stands. Makeup adjacent content is honestly like I enjoy that a lot. Again, I like playing with makeup. I occasionally like to review makeup. I have a lot of problems with imposter syndrome when I do review makeup because I don't feel like I'm using the right words or I just feel like I'm not smart. That's a whole other thing. But I I enjoy doing my media content while I do makeup because that's a good time for me. It allows me to like make my like it makes my neurodivergent brain just like it makes me so happy. It buzzes with joy because we're doing a lot of things, but it's all like kind of gonna be in an order. So autism is like order, fine, and ADHD is like we're doing a lot of shit, fine. And so both of them, and we're scissoring. Happy Pride. So I just feel like if we don't get to a point where we can either let go, and I do mean we're gonna have to let go of this hatred because, like, the other side of that is if we don't let go of all the shit that's happened in the past, if we don't let go of what's happened, you can still remember. You don't have to forget, but you can just start anew, start fresh. Because RBK had her whole video, and I was like, girl, first of all, you're not in the community. But second, um, larger creators don't cape for small creators like they used to. They just don't. Nobody puts a hand down anymore. Like they just don't. They just don't. Very few people reach their hand down and like, hey, how you doing down there? There's very few creators who will actually do shout outs of smaller creators. So terrified are they of any mistake. It's just, that's the thing. We moved from cancel culture to holding people accountable. It's just like we like everything always goes just like over the edge. And I'm to the point now, I'm like, just fucking watch the things that you enjoy. And like stop watching the things that you don't enjoy. And that includes the mess. If you like watching the mess, baby, watch the mess. I ain't stopping you. But like, yes, there is something that happens in this community where it's like, do I say untoward, off things? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do I sometimes talk mad shit about somebody? Not on the interwebs? Of course I do. I am a human being. But like, I don't want to destroy anybody, right? That's the thing. Like, the reason that I personally don't talk about why I may not like a creator is because I don't want anybody to get hurt, right? Unless it's something that I feel like is actually affecting the community or affecting people. I don't need anybody to get hurt. I don't need anybody getting dog piled on. We just don't have to like each other. It's fine. But it's like, it just gets so like, y'all, we're gonna come up on another year of Vlogmas or whatever. Like, y'all cannot tell me that Vlogmas was lit last year because it was dry. Vlogmas was as dry as the desert. Vlogmas was as dry as Michael Douglas's loads. I can't take that back now, and it's been said. Don't look at me. I've already. Ooh, you hit 10K on Twitter and someone immediately tried to scrape together a call out of me, but didn't have anything to get me with. Exactly. Listen, let me hit 13K and I'm good. I'm good. Don't make me like, I don't want to. Yeah, some people deserve to get mad shit talked about, but that's just me. However, talk shit about actual bad shit people did. And I've been saying this for so long, I feel like I'm just screaming into the void, but I'm like, y'all have got to stop getting mad at people for like tiny shit, right? Because, like, for instance, Shantakai, right? I don't fuck with Shantakai. They don't make anything for me. I am a brown person. They don't make makeup for me. But I'm also not going to get mad at people who do. Like, I hope the cats and dogs community won't be affected as well. And they never are, because it's like, it's a good time. I don't need Vlogmas to be revived. A full month of the same video 2,500 times over. Meh. Yeah, that is just like, it is awful. And like, that's the thing is, to slide into another side subject. Now that I'm done bitching about the community, like, get it together, put your hands down, and next time a creator with 1 million or more subscribers decides to talk about how the beauty community is dead, I'm going to need you to name 10 creators under 50K that you watch that you know are doing good things. Thanks. So, just 10. Because then that lets me know that you're part of the community. You're watching the community. You know what's happening in it. You're not just making a sponsored video. Anyways, now that I'm done doing that, I am like, listen, I'm in my little thing right now. Cause I've been so frustrated. I'm so tired. Like, every day I'm trying to have a nice time. I'm seeing this poor woman get like just attacked at and I get it. Like, again, I get it. She's salesy, that is her job. That's the money she's making. Let her sell things. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you don't like the filters, don't worry about the filters. But like, let's get mad at real shit. You know what I mean? Like, let's get mad at Wayne Goss's dusty ass line, that just gets dustier by the moment, just dustier, just ever dustier. Every time we turn around, it's just like, oh, no, it's great. It's great. Like, let's get mad at that. Let's get mad at the fact that I bought a Benefit Hoola bronzer and it is fan-fucking-tastic and my feelings are hurt. I've talked so much shit about Benefit and now here we are. Yeah, she does have that, but I think depending on who you are as a person, right? That shit can really cut deep. It can really cut deep. The way people are so nasty. And, I say this because, like, when we're watching larger, like, more and more creators just like out of the community and do makeup adjacent content, which, by the way, if y'all aren't watching Kenny JD do Bad Movies and a Beat on Saturdays, get with it. It's a good time. Listen, listen. I will never not take an opportunity to make fun of Wayne Goss's bad makeup. I don't care. I don't know Wayne. Wayne don't know me. And obviously, by the makeup he makes, Wayne don't give a shit about knowing me. Now watch. Because I've said his name 3 times, he's gonna appear. Listen, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. It's happened. It is what it is. Yeah, like, listen, this is, let me, you know what? I need to be better about this shit. Hold on. Let me pull that up for you because I'm trying to be a decent-ish person sometimes. I'm not a nice person. I'm an asshole, but like I try to sometimes be nice. Oh no, she's talking.
At the mouth. I am so excited.
No, hold on. I'm getting it. I bet somebody just already did it, and I'm like looking like a jackass. This is Kenny JD's channel. So if you haven't, I think I've literally watched like every single video that she's put out. It's such a good time. It's such a good time. It makes me sad that I quit doing my Terror Tuesdays, which I'm going to be doing that. Like, there's going to be a few different things. So I'm going to have most everything's going to be horror based, but there's also going to be action and another part that I'm going to call like unironically. That's the only thing I can think of, but it's going to be called and it's going to be movies that I unironically greatly enjoy and or had enjoyed and haven't seen in a really long time. And then I watch it and I got one in the pipeline that I'm working on. Very embarrassing. So, oh my God, Sharita, my beautiful baby, I love you so much. I know you've been on your grind and on your journey. Too much love. How's my nephew? Thank you. This is YouTube. This is a YouTube problem as well. Like, honestly, I need to like put it on my calendar because one thing I definitely want to start doing is having like at least once a month if possible, having some like new or younger creators. That's unironically. But having some not younger but new, and but I guess what I'm saying with the terms of younger is like newer, so newer creators kind of like pop in underneath um, a community tab. Like I'll create it, they'll go check some people's ish out and then kind of put together like a little mishmash of creators that I think are fantastic. um, Wait, what is up, Pop? It's 4 a.m. and you woke up to see them last, so you decided to join. You don't do 4 a.m. Baby. My gosh. Ooh, getting the Taekwondo. Wait, who disappeared off? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I have a conspiracy about that, but I'm not gonna say that. Yes. JEQ View 11 finally caught up. We can agree to disagree. Disagree isn't just a phase. It's necessary to operate outside of a bubble, given that no one has exactly the same opinions. Yes, we can agree to disagree. Like I get it with politics. And with the X, you know what I mean? Because like there's a person on TikTok that does that, like trans rights, and then they like look at the other person to make sure that they're like in agreement. Um, it is Emily. It is. Um, but when it comes to like a creator, right? Like there's people stuff that I'm just not gonna enjoy, right? If you have mommy content, I'm not into it. I don't care. I literally don't care. I'm sorry. I didn't even want to see my own cousin's ultrasound. That's how much I don't like children. So like I don't like I'm like, no, especially babies. Babies are especially like my least favorite. I don't like babies. Okay. I don't like them when they're fresh. I don't like a fresh baby. I know that sounds wild, but I don't like a fresh baby. It's that it needs to be like 6 years old, and then but like fresh babies are freaky. Uh, but yeah, I just feel like and for the D'Angelo side, like for the eyeballs on the D'Angelo, I do feel like though that we do have to realize that we can have differing opinions. You can not like a creator for whatever reason that isn't that they're an actual shitty person. Um, and like enjoy them. And even if you like them, like if y'all want to watch Jalopity Staircase, watch Jalopity Staircase. Because guess what? I am not going to show up to your house and punch you in the face for it. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm not going to show up and do anything to you. You're like you are in the comforting bubble of your own home. And if that's who you want to watch, because for whatever reason that I don't understand, but you do, and it gives you joy, then you have that joy. Who am I to take it from you? You know, I don't like to steal joy from people because like my whole life has been joy being snatched from me. My entire life. Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I miss y'all up by saying fresh babies? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't like fresh babies. Yeah, like I don't want people expressing violence towards kids. Like that's weird. That's weird. Like I just don't want them to be having like a friend of mine once said, I can hear the children next door having fun and I'm so annoyed. Like, why are they having fun? And I thought that that was hilarious. Like, he wasn't wishing harm on them. You know what I mean? They weren't wishing any harm on them. They were just like, why are they having fun? It's so annoying. But like, I want to enjoy the content that I'm making, right? And I enjoy playing with makeup. I enjoy making that side trip. I enjoy the fact that a lot of people come on to YouTube and end up having a fun time in a career that they wouldn't otherwise have. Um, I do think that we forget that people don't know, like, if or when you blow up on YouTube, you didn't really, most of us didn't completely think through like every aspect of it. Because honestly, like I couldn't imagine just waking up one day and my channel has exploded. Like it seems like all good in theory, right? Like, yay. But the reality of it is like the YouTube algorithm is nasty. And it's just a cycle that you can't stop. Like you feel like you have to keep making videos, otherwise you'll get forgotten in the algorithm until you get picked up properly. And then you're getting a bigger audience. So like it's the same. I wake up tomorrow, I have 13K, right? This was my like that's my dream number. Yay, 13K. But now I have like 3K more people that are expecting videos from me, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't want to let these new people down. I don't want to be that person. So I just keep like that, and it's not good for me. It's not good for a lot of creators. Hence, people go on their breaks and they are chilling out. So, yeah, yeah. You think someone's in your house. I hate that. Oh my God, no. For those of you who are listening, that's funny though. Hearing kids out on the street is always annoying because they're so loud. I think someone is in my house. There's a doll community. Yo, I'm not a part of that. Listen, nope, nope. I will not be going there. Dolls are. Fila, the beauty community is in shambles. That's crazy. You're a slave to making. You are. So, like, that's the thing. You have to keep making consistent videos. It's the biggest. I waited for a very specific period of time before I moved to creating content and doing content with the help of having a Patreon and channel members, because I realized that one, there were some things that I want to do. Bless you, baby bear. There are some things I wanted to do that just weren't all beauty related, right? But I said multiple times, I also don't want to make a whole other channel. This is the target, you know what I mean? This is the super target. That's why it's called Audra at home. I could have called it Audra Super Target, but that's weird. Moving on, and we're scissoring. Happy Pride. So I knew a while ago that I like to create different content. And if you like, please, you don't have to, please don't, because like I'm actually privating a lot of that. But if you go back into like the analogs of this channel that had, I think now it has like 700 and some odd videos on it, right? You go back there and you'll see that I've always been varied on my content, right? I've always just kind of been like, sorry, mouth noises. I've always been kind of around, like doing things that I enjoy and popping in because like ADHD is like that. I want to show you things. Although I really didn't expect my how to walk in heels video to do what it did. And, big ups to the feet creeps. Like, Maybe I shouldn't have said creeps. I think I meant peeps, but some people think that it's creepy. Anyway, big ups to the feet peeps. I hope you enjoyed that. Free feet. Anyways, it is indeed. But I've always created multiple different types of content. And what my hope is for YouTube and for any beauty creator out there watching, I see you. Shaking that ass. Shaking that ass. I see you, baby. Okay, I'm done now. But don't freak out and feel like you have to put everything on another channel. Also, to all my creators just in this chat, and anybody who watches this on the replay, and you made it all the way to minute 56.02, don't panic when you try something new. It's generally not always gonna hit the first time or the second time or the third time. Just give it time. Allow it to grow like a little plant that you tried to kill by accident, but it's still alive and you just put some water on it. Allow it to grow. Like that is actually in the pipeline. I have like 5 videos in the pipeline. And it's going to take time because of my work schedule. But I am very excited to do that. And yeah, the algorithm does that. And then, because like basically, from what I can tell, YouTube pushes it out. And depending on how many people actually click on it when it is pushed out to you, depends on how much further they allow the video to get picked up, right? So like just have fun and enjoy yourself. Like just stop feeling like, I know that the algorithm is shisty and shitty, but like give some of your newer content time. Don't just like do it once and give up on it and be like, oh, it didn't get views. You did it one time, you know? If you normally do one thing and then you switch and do something else, like you're going to have to give it a second. I don't understand commenters who demand a realtor hangs their style or content. Just go watch go watch what you want to watch. Don't be in here demanding things of people. Don't sit there and like try to force people to get into the box that you want them in because that's what you need. If you don't like hauls, baby, don't watch a haul. It's perfectly fine. You know, I get it. Everything's expensive now. But for me, I enjoy watching other people's hauls because it's an escape. And that's what this was supposed to be. The beauty community is supposed to be a fun, somewhat informative, sometimes very informative, sometimes way too informative because some of y'all go way too deep and I can't go there with you. I'm so sorry. I got bored and I love you, but I got tired. You're reading the ingredients. I can barely remember the name of the product, babes. But it was supposed to be like a nice space where you could escape your regular everyday life. And now everybody just wants to turn it into like every social issue ever. Please chill. Thank you. I'm still like working on I have it filmed. I have to do the voiceover for the invitation. So I have that, and then I'll start editing it. So I'm hoping that that might be ready by Saturday or Sunday. We will see. Depends on my work day tomorrow because apparently tomorrow is Friday and we're scissoring. Happy Pride. I'm going to go because one, I've been here for almost an hour and I don't want to like keep ruining your day. But before we go, yes, that's why I love Audra videos. Sis be having fun. Jackie Aina just made an announcement telling non-Black people to not ask for labor because she is not going to be nice anymore when she clap back. Get it, girl. And she deserves to say that. And here's the thing. People will, like, a lot of times I will see the veiled racism in the way that people will be like, hasn't Jackie always been rude, though? Anyways, I'm like, assertive? Listen, it is so hard. Like, one thing you don't understand about Bo, my little love bug, is that he doesn't like the camera. He gets in his little feelings. He's like, So, anyways, that is it. It's been 1 hour and 18 seconds, 19:20. I'm going to start counting and let me look away. I am going to go and I'm going to take a shower. My dear friend Emily recently got me a shower seat. My showers are about 45 minutes to an hour long, and I'm just in there sitting and resting. So until I see y'all next time, I appreciate all y'all who showed up. Anybody who watched it on the replay, I cannot believe you made it this far. And seriously, if you made it this far, just drop like a super weird, like people don't normally see it emoji because that would be wild. Anyways, have a great night. Have a fabulous Thursday. I New makeup hangover is coming up. I'm gonna film mine probably on Saturday, maybe sometimes on Sunday. So if you have anything y'all want me to talk about, tag me because some of them things I'm already talking. So get a shower seat. It will change your life. Mwah.